Well, hello there. We are in the city of Kawasaki in Kanagawa Prefecture. Here, just across the Tamagawa River, which separates Kanagawa Prefecture from the city of Tokyo. It's kind of a little bit of a gray, cloudy day. There's a little wind. I'm guessing it's around 17 degrees. It's supposed to get up to about 20 degrees all day today. Gonna be a nice, pleasant late spring day here in Tokyo, I guess you could say. So my goal is to take a little walk around the Shinto shrine that we can see up ahead of us here. It's the Inage Shrine. Oh, I see there's a sign here for another one. Kuonji Temple. Okay, so there's a temple and a shrine in near proximity here. I did a little research on this Inage Shrine. It's really nice. So let's go and take a look and enjoy some of the scenery here this morning in Kawasaki. It's about 10 a.m. right now. We've got the classic Shinto tori. This is the tori in the entrance. Just a little side note. You're never supposed to walk directly in the center when you go through the tori, because that's where the gods or the deities enter. They go in through the center, and we're supposed to go in a little off to the left. That's what I've been taught. So. And most people will, remove their hat or headwear and make a little bow when they go in through the tori. All right, let's see what I got here. Let's see if we can go on in. I actually came in here yesterday, and it was so nice that I said, oh, I gotta learn more about this place and come back in. Getting into late April now, so we got a lot of flowers blooming. Everything is really green. So the Inage Shrine is one of the oldest Shinto shrines in the Kawasaki area. As with most of these shrines, the original founding date is unknown. That's how old they are. No one really knows when it was first established. You always find these amazing trees around shrines and temples here. The Inage Shrine has an amazing ginkgo tree. It's right over there. We'll go in there in a minute. They think it's about 1,000 years old or maybe more. Ooh, here's another. So I'm not sure. I think I came in the side entrance. Let's go back. Let's go over here to the main entrance. Yeah, here we go. This is where I think this is considered the main entrance. According to legend, the shrine was built to worship the war god Takemikazuchi-no-Kami. Kind of a long name. It might be hard to say. Let's see if we can go it again. Takemikazuchi-no-Kami. Yeah, that's not the easiest one. Okay, there we go. There's the main red tori. Yeah, you see? A little off to the left, and he did a little bow. That's how you got to do it. That's the pro tip for today when visiting shrines here in Japan. All right, let's see if we can do that too. Nice. Little bow. Okay. Now another thing is, of course, the hand washing. Oh, I see there's no water in here today. That's interesting. Usually that is filled with some water. Maybe they have it in a different place right now. And you wash your left hand, your right hand, your mouth, and that kind of purifies you for entering the shrine. So the shrine was built originally to worship this war god, Takemikazuchi-no-Kami, and to pray for victory in battles during a time of constant conflict in eastern Japan. I was reading that there's a story that Emperor Keikō, Japan's 12th emperor, once found refuge here from bandits during his military tours. Later, during Emperor Kinmei's reign in the 6th century, the area remained unstable, so 4 additional deities were enshrined here to promote peace and victory. We gotta go see this ginkgo tree. So this is the tree. When I walked in here the other day, I was just stunned. It's incredible. These ginkgo trees, they live a long time. Very large. I've been told they lay down really deep roots and they tap into some kind of underground water source, or a natural spring maybe. So if you see one of these trees, you know that there's good water. There's maybe a natural spring somewhere deep down. And I've heard that the roots are as deep as the tree is high. So they lay really deep roots. Pretty impressive. It's interesting how they've built this scaffolding around it to kind of support it and keep the branches stable. I got the shimenawa wrapped around the trunk of the tree there. Here we can get a good view. It's lost a lot of its trunk. It kind of has died off there, or something happened. Maybe it broke off. But there's still some smaller branches going up high. I'm not sure. Maybe these are the zodiac signs, or that's a snake. Let's see. It's probably 12 of them. Wow, just hit my head on the scaffolding. What is that? Is that an inoshishi? I think that's the inoshishi. That's a rabbit, usagi. You got the tora, the tiger. Ushi, that's a cow. Nezumi, that's me. I'm the year of the rat. 1972. And what do we got here? Ah, that's the inoshishi, the wild boar. That's the dog, inu. Tori, bird, and saru, the monkey. Yeah, let's go back to where we started. Hitsuji, the sheep or the ram, and uma, the horse. Very cool. So there you have it. Probably 1,000 years old. 1,000 years this tree has been chilling here. The shrine could be, I don't know, what is that, the 9th century? I think the shrine's 1,000 years old. Think someone planted that tree? Or do you think it was here originally? And then someone said, oh, we should build a shrine around this tree, man. This is too cool. A little more history. During the Kamakura period of Japan, the shrine received support from the shogunate 700 koku of land. I guess koku is how they calculated the land space. It's quite a big property here. And the main building was built by Sasaki Takatsuno under orders from Minamoto no Yoritomo. I guess that was the shogunate at the time. Then during the Muromachi period, the shrine's fortune declined. The land was reduced to just 20 koku because its head priest had ties to the Nitta clan who opposed the Ashikaga shogunate. So there was some kind of power struggle, maybe a little battle going on. And, you know, that's how these things go. So they lost their land. Maybe it shrunk down probably just to this main temple area, I would assume. Here we go. There's the place where we can wash our hands. So then over time, the history says that signs of strong devotion continued from the supporters. And in 1404, a full set of 600 volumes of Buddhist sutras were donated, and a temple bell from 1458 still survives today at the Kokuji Temple in Niigata, originally dedicated here to this shrine. I see, so the bell was originally here from 1458, but it got moved to another temple in Niigata. Interesting connections. You got the omikuji. If you want your fortune, it's 100 yen. And I see things have been modernized here at this temple in 2025. You can actually scan the QR code and use the digital money PayPay to make your donation. Kind of an interesting version of the koinobori. Normally these are, you know, the carp-shaped flags. They're usually on a pole, kind of flying up in the sky, but here they've got these banner-style koinobori. We got a little bit of wind today, so it's definitely blowing around. They'll take them down right after Children's Day in very early May. I think it's either May the 3rd or the 5th, national holiday. It's beautiful. Really, really, really nice here. If you're in the Kawasaki City area, definitely recommend a visit. Pay your respects. A little more history. Under the Toyotomi Hideyoshi, the famous Edo shogunate, the shrine continued to receive official support. When Tokugawa Ieyasu entered Edo, the monk Tenkai visited and arranged donations, including a sacred gate and holy horses. And by the mid-Edo period, the shrine had 13 priests from 9 priestly families and served as the spiritual guardian for Kawasaki Juku and nearby villages. The Kawasaki Sanno Festival is held every year on June 15th, and it was so grand that it became known as the Gion of the East, drawing travelers and pilgrims from all over. So interesting spot. Kawasaki is it's a big city. I walked around yesterday evening, and very vibrant. A lot of people out, a lot of restaurants, shopping. You can see that, you know, over all this time there's been a lot of activity. Obviously the river being nearby, trade. You can really feel a lot of the history in this area. I think I'm going to go in and try to buy a little souvenir here in a minute, and then we'll wrap it up at the Inage Shrine. Cool little place. Had no idea this was here. My hotel just happens to be right down the street. And as I walked out of the hotel and looked to my left, I could see the torii. And I always like to visit these shrines and temples, even though I don't really understand so much of the history, and I'm not really a follower traditionally of the religion. They're always just so nice. And then, you know, you see people like that guy coming in and paying their respects, bowing, saying a little prayer, making a small donation, and it's so nice. It just sort of, it's grounding, you know. It feels like the local community or people, you know, they like the place, they respect the place, they come in to pay their respects, and you know, never get bad vibes when you come and visit a shrine or a temple here in Japan. So I always like to stop by and partake a little bit. So if you come back June 15th, or if you're in the area, it might be great to check the place out during the festival. They got a lot of, so each one of these little amulets, will have a different meaning. Some will be for like safety in driving, some will be for, you know, studying well in school or doing good on tests. There's all kinds of them. I usually like to get the goinsho, which is the official stamp from the shrine, and collect those. So I think I'll go inside and do that. All right. Thanks for joining me on my little tour. Hope you enjoyed that walk. And I'll be back with another one soon. Okay, I just went inside and purchased the goshuin. I collect the goshuin stamps. Each shrine, if you ask for this, inside there's a paper and they've stamped it and then written the name of the shrine and other information on there. And there's a little fold-out book. I didn't bring it with me on this trip, but usually you have the goshuincho, which is like a little booklet where you can collect all of these stamps from the different shrines. This one was 500 yen. So 500 yen to get the goshuin. I like them because you can get a little collection going, put them in the book there. And not that I'll ever be able to go back and read the names or understand it, but it's a nice little memento of visiting. So a couple more things before we wrap it up here today at the Inage Shrine. There's a couple interesting historical notes that I read this morning. The name was originally Takemikazuchi-no-Kami, and then over the centuries the name has changed quite a bit. Prince Moto-ie of the Heian period enshrined Sanno Gogen, and it became known by various names like Kawasaki Sanno-sha, Horinouchi Sanno Gogen, Gosha Sanno, Sanshagu. So as you can see, over time, you know, the size of the property changed, the name has changed, and this title, Sanno Gogen, reflects a blending of Shinto and Buddhist beliefs. Now, I didn't know this, but apparently in 1868, during the Meiji Restoration period, the government actually pushed to separate Buddhism and Shinto. And a visiting prince, Ari Sugawa Taruhito, remarked that the name wasn't appropriate anymore, and the shrine was then renamed Inage Shrine. And that name, Inage, came from Inage-sho, the area's historical name. So I guess this general area had that name, and this prince was like, hey, we got to separate Buddhism and Shinto, so the name doesn't really reflect that anymore. You guys got to change it. So interesting to see how things have changed over time. And I'm sure they'll continue to change. If someone comes back here in another 1,000 years, I hope it's still here. I hope the tree's still here. The name might be different.